you guys, happy Tuesday. I actually started this vlog yesterday and then I just ended up having a really busy day, and then after work I just wasn't having the best day ever. And usually, even if I'm not having like the best day ever, I am still like upbeat enough to chat and like vlog and the whole thing, but I don't know, something was up yesterday and I just was not in the mood. Here we are, Tuesday. I'm already feeling like it's a much better day. It is 8 o'clock right now, 8:07 if we want to be really exact. And I woke up this morning, like I woke up to my alarm, but then I fell asleep for a little bit, but then I woke back up and it was early enough and I started reading and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for my run and like get the exercise out of the way. And I feel so good. I did a 6-mile run. I honestly feel like I could have gone way longer. Like it felt so fantastic. Now the workout is done for the day, which is such a good feeling. So I'm gonna go take Pete on his walk right now, but I just wanted to make sure I actually say hi and good morning and start the vlog because already today feels like such a good day and it's supposed to be like 75 degrees. It's just gonna be so lovely. So let's spend a couple of days together. Okay, I've been working for the past couple of hours, but I wanted to check in with you guys. Ryan has been working from home because of his foot. So I don't think I mentioned that in this vlog actually, but I did in last vlog. He rolled his ankle when he was skateboarding the other day. So unfortunately he can't really walk very well. And he's been kind of like just using crutches and things like that. I got crutches on Amazon, which I didn't even realize that you could do, but thank goodness for Amazon. I made myself a latte after my run, but I also made, this is so strange. Usually I make myself like a protein smoothie or something along those lines, but I made a yogurt drink. I don't know why I've been craving like back in the day when you would eat like Go-Gurt or Danimals or whatever, and I don't know what the adult equivalent of that is. I think like Chobani has a few, but I've never tried them. But then I was like, that can't be hard to make, and it turns out it's not. It's just literally yogurt, milk, and a frozen fruit of some kind. And I had all of those ingredients and it's actually really, really good. I did like a strawberry banana type flavor. It really satisfies my craving. So I think I'm actually gonna put it in the fridge because that is a lot, and then I'll be able to kind of like sip on it throughout the day. But I have a few things that I want to do that I actually like had on my list yesterday and just never got to. So the house is just, I said this I think last vlog, it's just like not tidy. I really need to tidy the house. It's kind of like making me anxious. I have some laundry that I also want to do, and then after all of that is done, my laundry from last week I never put away, so I want to do my laundry and then put everything away. But I have been way more consistent about putting my laundry away, so that's been really good. And then I need to do my weekend chores that I just never got to, which are watering the plants and then cleaning the stovetop and microwave. Want to do all of that. As like side notes, I want to also read some more of the Let Them theory. I actually finally finished A Court of Silver Flames, which is fantastic, and I want to finish Let Them theory, and then those will be all of my books for the month. So I'm super excited. Once we get closer to finishing, I think I'll have a better understanding of like what I want to read it, and then I'll go over all of the books that I read with you guys. As promised, I will make sure to like create a spot for that at the end of every single month still, even though it's not getting its own dedicated video. We'll do all of that. Those are like my plans for the day really. So I think while I have some time, it's only 11:30 in the morning, I'm going to quickly throw my laundry in because that will make me feel like at least I'm doing something productive while I'm doing other things, and then maybe I'll quickly tidy up a couple of things around the house. Let's start with doing the laundry. I'll throw that in, continue working because it is Tuesday, so I am still working, but I'll continue working while the laundry's going, and then we can slowly do some other chores and things like that, and I think that will just feel a lot better. So let's get to it. Okay, I feel so much better now that I've tidied up a few things. I do have this chair here, but that's because it has to go in the garage. And then I also have this bag here, which has been there for a hot second. Oh my gosh, this also is so dusty. I need to clean that. But anyway, the bag is for donation stuff. I think this weekend I'm planning on finally doing like a spring cleaning where I actually go through. I've been telling myself I want to do this for a little while and then I keep putting it off, but I want to go through actually so many of the things that I have and like really decide like, do I need this? Do I not need this? And like just sort of start to have a little bit more of like a minimalist type of, not minimalist, just I don't need so much stuff. Eventually I'll also do that in the garage. That's going to be a whole nother time. But for now, I feel like the house is like a little bit more tidied. So I'm gonna head over into the office. I have a meeting happening in about 10 minutes. So we're gonna go do that. And then after that, we'll just work for a little bit longer. I also tidied up my actual desk a little, which feels nice because it was getting a little cluttered before. I did actually a majority of the things on the list. I tidied the house. I'm doing the like second laundry. So that just finished. I watered the plants, cleaned the stovetop and the microwave, and I will have to put the laundry away. So I'm gonna put the clothes in the dryer here shortly, and then that way when everything is done, I'll actually put everything away and be done with all of those chores. And then the only other thing I wanted to do was read my book. We're in a really good spot today, actually. I feel very productive today and very like motivated. I think getting up and like doing my exercise really helped a lot, which like shocker, duh, of course that helps, but like it sounds so silly to say that, but I just forget how much I actually feel motivated when I just like get up and do the exercise and be done with it instead of thinking about it all day. Anyway, let's get prepped for this meeting and then we'll continue to do some other chores and things and read and just continue to enjoy the day. And it's actually so sunny. I don't know if you guys can really like tell, but it is such a beautiful day outside. So maybe we'll also like, this 1 p.m. is my last meeting, so maybe we'll sit outside and work for a little bit too. That could be really nice. Okay, I've come outside to read for a little bit. It is, oh my god, I don't have a watch. 1:22 p.m. I just got out of my meeting and I figured now would be a fun time to just like sit outside for a little bit. So I'm gonna read the Let Them theory and continue. I'm gonna try to finish this by tomorrow, but I have like 200 pages left, so we shall see how much we get through. I have been really enjoying this book so far. So I feel like at the beginning I thought it was kind of cheesy, but as I've continued to read, I'm like, there's some really good key things in here. So I want to definitely take in a little bit more, read some more, and just kind of enjoy the sunshine like I was saying too. There's so many loud noises out here though, so I'm gonna stop talking. There's like a gardener, there's birds, there's airplanes, like it's just a lot. So I'm just gonna get straight into reading. I just made myself a little lunch, a salad, just super simple. I didn't have any avocado today, so I did, looks kind of weird on camera, a lot of iceberg lettuce. I did this crispy chicken and then tomatoes and feta with some Caesar sauce. Caesar sauce? Caesar dressing, not sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and eat and just do a few more work things. I saw that I got a couple of emails while I was preparing my food. We will get back to reading Let Them after that. I just didn't read too much on my lunch break. Since Ryan's working from home, it has been nice because we get to like sit outside together and do things like that, but then I don't do as much of like reading or things like that on my lunch break, so there's that. But also my laundry finished in the dryer, so once I'm done with work and eating and all of that, then I will also put my clothes away. Okay, we're done with the workday. P has not eaten yet, so once he's done eating, I will take him on his walk. But in the meantime, since Ryan is home, we're gonna play a quick round of our game that we've been playing, and then he's gonna head off with a friend. While I have him, we're gonna play the game. And then when he heads out, I'm gonna probably read my book so that I can try to get through as much of it as possible. The game that we're playing is actually like fairly easy, so it's extra fun and it's really easy to just like pick up for like a level. So let's play. And then he's gonna head out. I keep thinking that the cats, because I'm not used to the cats, I keep thinking that they're enemies, but they're not.
They can hurt us, I believe.
Wait, the cats can? No way. What the heck? What kind of weapon is that hurts you? I don't really like the Santa javelin. Come on, if I'm presented with Song of Mana, you really think that I'm gonna say no?
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
I'm only so strong. Okay, unfortunately the thing that Ryan and I were trying to do in our game, we were not able to accomplish. I don't know why, but for some reason we looked it up and then we thought we were gonna be able to do it and it didn't work. But I promised that I would take P on a walk after one round. So we're heading off, we're gonna go on our walk, and then when I come back, I think I'm gonna read a bit more of the Let Them theory, and then Ryan is gonna head out to see his friend in about an hour or so at like 7-ish. Let's go on our walk and then we will continue to do some reading. Okay, it is about 7:30 now, and I think I'm gonna put down the Let Them theory for tonight and come back to it tomorrow. I still have like almost half of it to read tomorrow, but I feel like it's only 150 pages. I feel like that's pretty feasible. So I'm gonna put this down. I am really enjoying it, like I was saying before, but I just am not really in the mood tonight for a nonfiction. With that being said, I'm going to pick up Fearless, which is the next book in the Powerless series. I am so excited to read this one. I've been dying to read it. I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard some YouTubers that I watch really loved it. Some were like so-so about it. So I'll have more in-depth thoughts about this particular book in another video, because I certainly won't be getting through it within the like 2 days that this video is spanning. And also I just have more plans for this book. So I am going to start reading it though. So I just wanted to update you guys. I'm gonna actually head off into the living room because Ryan just went out, but he came in here and he's joined me. I actually moved that chair over as part of like my tidying, and I like had the intention of moving it into the garage today, but I just didn't do it. It's just been like lingering, and I need to finally do that. So that's not going to be a right now issue though. It's going to be a tomorrow issue more than likely. But anyway, I'm going to continue reading, but I'm going to switch up the book, and I'm super excited to finally dive in. I will certainly give you guys my thoughts along the way in another video, and I'm excited. That's all I can really say about it. So let's go read. You guys, the marketing got to me. Actually, let me show you. Ryan took in the mail today and we got an ad for Jack in the Box, which is just so random. But more specifically, the mozzarella sticks. I can't stop thinking about them. And some of them, they have like a Nashville hot. I want them so bad. Here we go. We're gonna go to Jack in the Box. Actually, let me see if there's any. I'm gonna save these for when I go with Ryan, because weirdly enough, Jack in the Box is like one of our guilty pleasures that we enjoy together. He used to work at a company that helped with like making some of their products, and so sometimes we would end up eating them, and I think that's kind of like where all of that started. I can't not think about it, and now I really want it. So I'm gonna actually head off and go quickly over to Jack in the Box, come back, and then eat while I read, which I think is gonna be so enjoyable. So let's head out really fast and see what we get, and then we'll be back shortly. I came back home and this is how P was sitting. I got my food, my snacks. I'm actually so sad they didn't have mozzarella sticks. So instead I just got 2 tacos. So I'm gonna get one of those little like tray table things and sit out here with him. He's so cute. I can't believe he didn't even get up to say hi to me. He just stayed seated. When I was driving over there, I actually was listening to my audiobook. So I am gonna finish the chapter that I'm in, and then I can't with P. This is too cute. Hi, buddy. I keep just like obsessively touching his back, and it feels so weird to me. I just like, before his back injury, I never touched his back this often, so I can't tell if it's like the same as before or different. But anyway, I'm gonna finish my chapter of my audiobook like I was saying, and then head back into Powerless. Tomorrow I'll finish Let Them, but I just like wasn't feeling like a nonfiction tonight, so that's our new plan. You know, as I've been rereading The Hunger Games, there's like a couple of changes that I didn't really notice, or like a couple of things I didn't really notice, I guess. The first thing is that there are obviously some characters in the books that just like don't exist in the movies, and I had forgotten that those characters even existed, but it feels important enough. Like, I don't actually know how it works in the movies anymore, so I'm gonna have to rewatch the movies at some point. But for example, the whole uprising that happens in Hunger Games is, even the 3rd book is called Mockingjay, because Katniss has this like tiny little pin of a Mockingjay, and it's like super meaningful. But actually this one girl gives her the Mockingjay pin as like a, before she's going into the very first Hunger Games, and that character just doesn't exist in the movies, which is kind of funny. So there's that. But also the romance between Katniss and then like Gale and Peeta, or whatever, like whoever she wants to choose, felt so different when I read the books
like forever ago. I don't know if it's because I'm listening to it as an audiobook, so I'm listening much faster, and so I'm not like spending as much time with our characters. I feel like that's one downside of audiobooks, is that I can listen to them so much faster, especially just like throughout my day. I can listen more often, and then also I can listen like literally faster, like 2 times speed. So I feel like I don't spend as much time with the characters, so I don't feel like I know them as deeply. But I distinctly remember like feeling so heavily about both Gale and Peeta. Like it felt like Katniss was so in love with both of them and that it was so hard for her to choose. But the reality is, she has said over and over and over again that she actually has no feelings toward Peeta. She has very confused feelings about Gale and doesn't feel like she loves him. Like he even literally says, "I love you." And she's like, "I know." And like, I don't know why in my memory, they were so in love, which is interesting. I think like maybe this was like the first type of like dystopian romance type book that you feel like you want them to be in love. So anyway, it's just been very fascinating to do the reread and to like remember all of these details, which is like, I think I knew enough about the original story to be able to read the next 2 books, the 2 like most recent books. But I'm so glad that I'm doing the reread, because I didn't remember something as simple as like Haymitch is just like a drunk. Didn't remember that. And then there's all these other details that I obviously didn't remember either. So I've been really enjoying it, and I think I'm really enjoying that I'm doing it as audiobooks, because I already do know the story and I think I would get bored otherwise. So anyway, those are the updates on that. I finished my food. I'm so full now. I like definitely didn't need to do all of that, but you know what? It was still so good, and like the shake was exactly what I was looking for. But I'm still so sad that they didn't have the mozzarella sticks, so another day I'll have to get them. Anyway, I'm gonna pick up Fearless now. It's 8:30 on the dot, so I'm gonna pick up Fearless, kind of just like settle in for the rest of the night. P finally got up. I actually started to get worried because he wasn't moving, and I was like, was I just like not home and he was in pain? He's fine. He moved and he's okay now. So he just switched over to that couch. Anyway, that's it. So I'm gonna go read, and I probably honestly will see you guys in the morning, because it like I have like an hour before I go to bed, because I go to bed so early. So I'll likely just see you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. Today's Wednesday. Is today Wednesday? I keep thinking it's like the day before or the day after. So yeah, it feels like Thursday for some reason, but it's Wednesday. I just got back from P's walk and I'm about to get changed. I just have to get a few things. I never put my clothes away yesterday, so they're still in the dryer. So we will do that today. On P's walk today, I don't know why, for some reason, he like kind of gets in the mood to walk in like one direction or the other for like weeks at a time. So we haven't gone in like one certain direction, and that's where the Little Free Library is, and I've been meaning to drop off books, so I had no idea we were gonna go there today, because I don't want to like carry 3 different books just to like carry them all the way back. But anyway, we ended up going by, so unfortunately I was not able to drop off my books that I have, but I did find a book, The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, and I have had this on my want to read list for a while. I didn't realize how thick of a book it was, and I'm a little scared of Donna Tartt's writing, just because I feel like I actually don't know why I'm scared of it. When was this published? Oh, 2013. It's not that old. I think it's because I think of Secret History, and it just kind of intimidates me a little bit. So anyway, got this. I was trying to remember why I wanted to read it so badly. I mean, like, it sounds great, but like I remember specifically this book being like on my list, and I went through on Goodreads while I was on my walk, and it was because of Stephen King's review on it. He didn't rate it, but his review was interesting, so I'm intrigued. So I'm gonna add this to my list. I have like a little physical TBR basically by my bed. Gonna add this, and next time we go on our walk I will try to bring my books and convince him to go in that direction. Otherwise I need to just like drive by one day. It's really not that far, I just keep forgetting to do it. Those are the updates. I'm gonna go get ready now because I have a meeting at 9:30 a.m. so it's in like 30 minutes, and then I have a call not for work at 11. Anyway, I'm gonna start going and getting ready because it's already 8:27 and I need to be online shortly, so let's go do it and start work, and then I will check in with you guys probably around lunchtime. please ignore the wet hair, but I feel pretty successful. I don't remember when I last checked in with you guys, but I did a workout, I did some reading, I finished up work obviously, and then I also bathed pee, which is a whole thing in itself. Oh, and I vacuumed, which also felt really good. The only things I haven't done are put my clothes away, and I have not put that chair away either, which now that the sun is starting to set, it's not fully set yet, but it's probably not gonna be happening today, I'm not gonna lie. But for right now, I think what I'm gonna do is do a little bit of editing. After I'm done editing, I will do some more reading and hopefully finish my book. I have 207, so I have just under 100 pages left of the book. I actually pretty sure that I'm gonna finish this tonight, so I'm actually very excited to finish it. I've been finding a lot of like good stuff in here. I think what I'm noticing is that some of the chapters, they're not very long, but they're long enough where sometimes it's like, okay, that could have been shorter. But I feel like the reason why is because she kind of repeats similar concepts multiple times, but as she repeats it, maybe like one sentence doesn't resonate with me, but then another one will, and then I'm like, oh, that's the quote that's gonna continue to like get me thinking about something. And just so many different things are so interesting in this book, honestly. Like, they're more reminders, they're not really like anything necessarily new that I'm learning, but like it's all about like friendships, how to manage friendships, and like how to like not just like sit there and be like, I have no friends, like what am I supposed to possibly do? How to help people change, how to like not get in your head if other people around you don't want to change, how to not compare yourself, like just all of these different things that, again, I think that like I more so need the reminders, not necessarily to be told for the first time. So I am really enjoying it. I like it, and I'm excited to finish it. And then I'm sure that this is a book that I'll revisit from time to time and like think back on some of the things that I've learned, or like maybe something might not resonate with me right this second, but then like in a year maybe it will. So I'm actually very excited that I decided to read that book, because normally I don't pick up a lot of nonfiction. Those are my thoughts for right now. I'm gonna get some editing done, and then we'll just hang out for the rest of the night. Oh, and then I also need to pack up a bag, because I'm gonna be spending the day at a friend's house tomorrow. We're doing book club. We're talking about Unwanted by Mia Sheridan. That was the book that we read. I think I gave it 3 stars. So I'm excited to talk about it tomorrow. Also, my friend's boyfriend is making us our dinner, because normally we make dinner for each other, but last book club at my house, Ryan made us all dinner. So then the boys all started like doing the dinners this time around, which has been really fun because it's a little bit different and also gives us girls like a little bit of a break. So yes, I want to put a bag together. So I'll do that after my editing as well, and then we'll end the night with some reading. So let's get to editing, and I will see you guys in a bit. My hair got all poofy, but I think I'm just not used to it not being blow dried, since I had blow dried it for the wedding. But I just finished doing some editing, and I'm going to put a bag together for tomorrow since I'm going over to my friend's house. So I'm just trying to figure out which bag I even want to bring. Oh, my backpack is over here. This is like my college backpack, literally. I'm gonna take this out because it's for my Mac, and I left my notebook at my friend's house. So I'm just gonna go quickly put together all like the laptop stuff. I think that's basically all I need since that notebook is over there, and then just like a pen and stuff like that. So let's go to the office. Ryan's in there, but okay, we'll disturb him for like a minute and put together the backpack, and then that way I don't have to do it in the morning. And then, oh, also I'm going to make some coffee so that it will be ready in the morning, and then I don't have to wake Ryan up. Laptop, I'm gonna bring my mouse, and then this is my other notebook, but before I pack it, I want to talk books with you guys, so I'm gonna bring that but after. And then I also will be bringing my Kindle, but same idea, I'm gonna use this to read tonight, so I can't pack it yet. I like bringing this little stand. I got it on Amazon for a couple of dollars, and it condenses like really well, but it's just like a phone stand, and it's nice to just have. So bringing that, I usually use it for my Kindle actually. Laptop charger. I don't really know why I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I think other than those things that I packed, I'm pretty much good. I wanted to go over quickly the books. So I think I did this in my vlog where we did like all things bookish. So I don't want to go too deep into things that we've already talked about. I'm just going to quickly go over all of the books that I read and like talk to you guys about each and every one, but not too in depth because I just did this in another vlog. For future vlogs, I'll actually like dive in a little bit deeper than I am right now, but I just wanted to give you guys a fair warning. So these are all the books that I read for the month of April. So I actually ended up reading 8 books. The first one was Down the Rabbit Hole. We've talked about 2 stars. Beautiful Ugly I gave 3 stars, Yellowface 4 stars, and The Night We Lost Him by Laura Dave, also 4 stars. I think that was sort of where we left off last time. I ended up reading Unwanted, which was my book club book for this month by Mia Sheridan, and I gave it 3 stars. I think we talked about this, but basically like the first 50% totally had me, and then the last half of it, or like even just like the last 25%, it just kind of like fell off for me a little bit. So the next one that I read was Hunger Games, which I rated 5 stars. I don't really know why, but I rated it 4 stars previously, but I think that it was just like when I had signed up for Goodreads, it was just like, what are some books that you've read? And I was like, I don't know, Hunger Games. I ended up rating it 5 stars. It's interesting because the reread was just as good as the original read for me. Like, loved it, but I knew exactly what was going to happen, so it was harder to rate because I was like, I already know what's gonna happen, so I'm not like surprised or, you know, have all of the same emotions that I had before. But I will say that it's interesting rereading it because I feel like the relationships between Katniss and Peeta and Katniss and Gale just feel so different now. That maybe it's just that I'm older and like I've read other romance novels or like romantasy novels and like dystopian novels, but before I felt like there was this like really big love triangle, which like technically speaking there is, but it didn't feel this time around like Katniss was in love with anybody, whereas before I was like, oh my god, she's stuck between 2 boys. So it was very different, but I am glad that I read it, and I'm excited to read the rest of the series so that I can start the new ones. And I'm just like so excited. One of you guys commented that like it's kind of nice that I'm reading these because it'll like lead really well into the series or like the 2 new books, and I'm so excited. I don't know why it's taking me so long to finally do this. I think rereading the books felt overwhelming, but now that I've really gotten into audiobooks more, it's been so helpful. So super excited for that. I also read A Court of Silver Flames. This was on my 25 and 25. I'm so excited that I can check that one off. I think I've been putting that one off since about 2022. It's been a while and like very long time coming. I feel like it's such an unpopular opinion to give this one 2 stars. I just like so many times wanted to DNF it. So many times I was like, I just feel like I could be spending my time in such a like different way and like a better way. But I ended up reading it as an audiobook, which I think was super helpful for me because I was really putting myself into a slump by like physically reading it. I don't know if it's because when you read audiobooks you just don't spend as much time with your characters, but I just still don't love Nesta, and like I see the character arc and like the character growth, but she's just not it for me. Like there was just too many irritating things. There was a lot of smut. I just felt like the book was like kind of boring for like 80% of it, where like basically we just watched her train. And to be really honest, even the scenes where like she was trying to convince the people who work in the library to train, like that felt so much like Tower of Dawn for me that it just like, it felt like a bad version of Tower of Dawn. I don't know how else to say it because I loved Tower of Dawn. It's so weird to me that I'm living in a world where everybody hates Tower of Dawn and everybody loves A Court of Silver Flames, because to me Tower of Dawn was like one of the best books in that whole series, and A Court of Silver Flames just didn't hit for me, so 2 stars. And then the last one is The Let Them Theory, which I did finish, and I ended up not rating it because I just don't know how to rate this type of book. Honestly, I haven't read a lot of these types of books, any kind of like nonfiction, especially self-help, so it's like kind of difficult for me. I didn't want to give it 3 stars, but I also didn't want to give it 5 stars, so it was just kind of weird, but I just decided to not rate it. I think I said this pretty clearly before, but just to like reiterate while we're in this like book section, I feel like there's just like so many things that were kind of repeated but in a different way, which I think in a strange way was kind of nice because different things are going to resonate with different people, and also different things are going to resonate at different times for the same person. So this is a book that I can see myself going back to and like thinking about some of the quotes that I read, and like, you know, it's not groundbreaking material, but I also do think that she clearly did a lot of her research. I really liked the pieces where she actually talked to psychologists. Like there are certain things like talking about the amygdala, talking about like people's responses and how they actually like tune out criticism at times, like in very specific scenarios. That is all stuff that like I actually talk about in therapy, and it's very interesting to me and just made me feel like I could rely on more of the information that she was giving me because it was clearly researched, and like she clearly talked to professionals, whereas there are some self-help books that are just like, you should do this thing. So I did enjoy that. Again, not groundbreaking, but I do think that it just got me thinking, and like it got me researching things, or like thinking about my own life, thinking about my friends and my family and myself. And there were times where it was like, you might be feeling this way about someone else, but you also might be feeling this way about yourself, and just everything. It just got me thinking. And I really enjoy books that like get me to think, get me to just be a better version of myself. And even if I only take one thing from a book, that's still one new thing for myself. So I did really enjoy it, but I'm not reading it because it just feels weird to read that book. So anyway, I didn't end up doing the laundry stuff. Well, I did do the laundry, but I didn't end up putting the laundry away, and I also did not put that chair in the garage. So, you know, sometimes I do really well, and then other times I just totally flop, and those things were a flop. But I did all of those other things, like vacuuming, bathing pee, washing the like microwave and the stovetop. So I have to give myself some grace, and I feel happy that I did those other things. So I'm gonna go make my coffee for the morning and just like set the little timer thing so that I don't wake up Brian. Usually if I go off to a friend's house in the mornings, I have to wake up by about 5:30 in the morning so that I can work out, shower, walk, pee, and then leave and drive to my friend's house in time, because LA just has so much traffic. So that's fun. That's all I have for you guys today, because it is getting late and I am likely going to be heading off to bed soon. I'm gonna start reading Powerless more, and I'm so excited because I've only read a couple of chapters of the book, and I'm just like thrilled to be in that world again, and I'm just loving it so much. So anyway, that is all I have for you guys today though. So thank you so much for being here and watching, and yeah, that's all I have. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.